Hi and welcome back to a brand new video. A new Death Battle is out, so let's watch. Let's go, I guess. Anyway, let's watch it and let's see who is going to win this one. Today we do have, if I can get the names up there. Today we do have Skyrim versus Dark Souls, Dragonborn versus Chosen Undead. Now, I'm not too familiar with these franchises. I do know about their existence. Mostly when it comes to Skyrim, I heard it's basically more like, it can be compared to, this one is compared to Minecraft, or, maybe not to that extent though, they are very different games after all. But, yeah, if you heard about Minecraft, you probably also heard about Skyrim, and basically like that. And then there's Dark Souls, which I know is a very hard game to complete, or just to play in general. Because I usually hear you probably heard stuff like, it's like the, if someone make a joke, a Dark Souls joke, it's usually something like, it's the Dark Souls of platformers, or Dark Souls of racing. I don't know, I heard that one, but it could be. Usually stuff like that. So, I know Dark Souls is a very hard game. And Skyrim is... well, Skyrim is Skyrim. Dragonborn and the Chosen Undead. I don't know these two characters, so I can't really make much of a guess as of right now. So I guess we just have to go right into the Death Battle analysis and let's see who is going to win. First, we gotta learn about the characters and let's see what they're capable of. So without further ado, let's get this going. Alright, let's get stuff ready. I have it all ready and let's go. And play.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Brandon Yates. That's right, our Brandon Yates.
Brandon Yates, huh? The video screen's a little bit big there.
The Chosen Undead, the accursed god killer from Dark Souls.
The last Dragonborn, the dragon-slaying savior of Skyrim.
Resigned to captivity, these two heroes embrace
alright. Let's see what these two characters can actually do.
And devoured their friggin' souls!
Because these two
souls?
Specific canon arsenals and movesets due to being role-playing protagonists. For this death battle, we're giving them everything they have and maxing out all of their stats.
Which is totally possible in-game if you're willing to grind. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze
so we're going full out on these two characters. Alright, let's go.
Our story begins at the end. The great cities of old have collapsed. The heroes are dead or mad, and the golden age is over. Looking out upon their decaying kingdom, everyone would like nothing more than to lay down and die.
Too bad for them. That's the one thing they couldn't do.
The world has been gripped by the undead curse, turning anyone with a mysterious dark sign into mindless, violent hollows upon repeated soul-crushing deaths.
But there is a prophecy.
Yeah, they are Dark Souls.
The home of the gods, and save the world.
So we probably start with Dragonborn, though, assuming Skyrim is in the title first there, so...
claw their way through their progenitors' forgotten homeland.
And it helps that as long as they can keep their sense of purpose, an undead will always resurrect at the nearest bonfire. Now, they might slowly lose their memories, their personality, and their sanity, but the curse gives them as much time as they need to get good.
Undead are unnaturally resilient, able to survive being impaled through the chest. They've been chewed, eaten, and digested by what I can only describe as a toilet demon. And they can have their souls torn from their very
that could be a good way to explain that creature.
Sunny D, and they're good to go. If anything, it seems like they get off to it. And speaking of souls, they can absorb the souls of their fallen enemies to increase their power.
They're a master with swords, hammers, spears, axes, bows, you name it. And that's without any formal training. With the right stats and setup, they can be anything from a cartwheeling assassin to a dragon-smashing tank.
To the giantest of dads. And despite the serious gothic themes of the series, these weapons can get anime as hell. Smo's Great Hammer is a ginormous mallet the size of a sedan.
Based on its size and likely bronze composition, it'd have to weigh over 100 tons. A lot like Goff's Great Bow, which can shoot pillar-sized arrows and one-shot dragons out of the sky.
Or my favorite,
must be
the
very
Moonlight
powerful
Greatsword, produced from
arrows.
the ass of the albino dragon and founder of sorcery, Seath the Scaleless. This baby's a universe-hopping anomaly that can fire powerful sword beams and just looks so cool!
The Chosen Undead has learned magic from the greatest practitioners in the world. They can create shockwaves, form defensive barriers, reflect damage, throw balls of flame, control mines, fire magical crystal spears, turn invisible, and toss bolts of sunlight strong enough to peel the stone scales off immortal dragons.
So their pool of magic is pretty limited. So if it comes down to it, they can shut off all magic in the vicinity with the miracle Vow of Silence,
preventing anyone from speaking any spells aloud, including themselves. With this incredible arsenal and judicious,
so it can be both a good thing
their way
because you're basically causing trouble for other people, but it can probably be a good bad thing for yourself too. Then.
Though sometimes it doesn't work and it's bullshit.
That's just a game mechanic, but great to use when you're panicking.
They've defeated Nito, the god of death, the bed of chaos, the mother of all demonkind, and Calamite, the strongest surviving ancient dragon.
That was when the Chosen Undead was dragged back in time to face the fallen knight Artorias, the greatest warrior in history. And not only defeat him, but accomplish the greatest feat attributed to Artorias' legend, the destruction of Manus, the father of the abyss that threatened to consume the world.
They've even beaten other Chosen Undead from alternate worlds, like the best buddy in all gaming, Solaire. Praise the
Solaire. He has an amiibo,
They
of
were
course, I
approached by
remember.
these two slithery freaks. One said to link the fire, and the other said to let it die out, which totally makes sense. Wiz can explain it.
Don't look at me. Dark Souls lore is as notoriously convoluted as the flow of its time stream, which is why we have a true expert in the realms of nerdom to explain it for us. Oh, Jocelyn.
You wouldn't believe how many item descriptions, forum posts, and moody 2013 lore videos I had to watch through for this. It's story time, kids. In the beginning, the world was unformed.
Well, it's
and
probably a lot of
silent.
lore
Then
to these
suddenly,
characters.
The first flame burst to life, and with it, the concepts of heat and cold, life and death, energy and time, light and dark.
Sounds like a mythological Big Bang.
The gods were granted immensely powerful souls from the first flame, but their greatest fear was the soul possessed collectively by the race known as humanity, the Dark Soul. The Skyfather Gwyn feared humanity's immortality, and so sealed their dark souls within them. But as humanity reproduced, the Dark Soul collectively grew and the first flame waned. Turns out humans were naturally undying, or according to the gods' propaganda, undead.
Gasp! It's all a conspiracy. The undead curse was a lie.
And conspiracy.
Linking the fire means using your
There's a
very
lot of
soul as
conspiracy
fuel to keep
theories.
the first flame
That
burning.
doesn't mean they're
If
true.
an undead champion believes their immortality is a curse, they'll do anything to prevent it, including burning fragments of the Dark Soul to keep the Age of the Gods going.
So you're a pawn in a game played by decrepit gods desperately clinging to power. Well, that's a huge bummer.
They might look like
Yeah.
a depressed California raisin, but in order to link the flame, their soul needs to be strong enough to maintain the whole universe and the flow of time for another 1,000 years.
Other similarly powerful undead across time are swift enough to dodge lightning and even light itself. Based on their dodge compared to this beam and the time it took to reach them, they'd be reacting and moving at over 20% the speed of light.
At the end of their quest, they faced down and defeated Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, long hollowed from linking the flame 1,000 years ago. So, which will you choose? Link the fire and prolong the current age, or let it fade until only dark remains?
This is the biggest bummer of them all. Truth is, it never mattered. The cycle just continues age after age, with new heroes replacing the old ones, until the Chosen Undead was long forgotten.
Until the infinite march of time ground the world to ash. It was never about the happy ending. It didn't exist. It was about the struggle to get there. That's ultimately what gives us meaning.
Okay.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Brandon.
That's right, Boomstick. Dive into the thrilling world of versus music with Brandon Yates as he brings hypothetical matchups to life through his commissioned compositions.
Brandon is one of the composers behind Death Battle, bringing us the incredible show-stopping.
I'm letting this play, by the way.
Seriously,
But I'm
we
very
love this
confused
guy.
Hollow Dreams, Princess
when
of
it comes
Pride,
to
Edge of
this,
Tomorrow, and
the
some
Chosen
of our all-time
Undead.
greats. In fact, he composed the track for this very episode.
We'd love it if you supported Brandon's work and enjoyed more of his music by subscribing to his channel and following him on Spotify.
Ever had a matchup you just want to see on the show and you just wish you had the music track for it?
Well, fans of Death Battle have been loving Brandon's music for years, all commissioned by fans like you.
We're talking hundreds of commissioned songs, all for hypothetical episodes of Death Battle.
Everything from hard rock to jazzy to electronic to orchestral choirs.
And because Brandon is literally one of the main composers of this show, every track he makes sounds straight out of Death Battle itself.
Love the music from Death Battle? Then don't wait. Subscribe to Brandon Yates' YouTube and follow him on Spotify right away.
Alright, there's something you can do.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Now we have
Welcome to the
Skyrim.
frosty Viking paradise of
This
Skyrim. Visit the quaint Nordic villages.
is-
Hike up to the throne of the world.
Okay, I was gonna say this is Skyrim, but we already knew that,
The
but
sky. Why, it's Macho Man Randy Savage. No, it's Thomas the Tank Engine.
No. that's
Wait,
a
what?
dragon. But not just any mere Drake. This is Alduin.
what was Thomas the
world,
Tank Engine
and he's
doing
come
there?
to burn everything to a cinder.
But fortunately for you, his path of destruction happened to interrupt your impending execution at the hands of those uppity Imperial pigs. That'll be the worst mistake this Staley monster would ever make.
It wouldn't be long before you escaped the destruction of Helgen and defeated a dragon yourself.
Then absorbed its freaking soul.
That could only mean one thing. You are a being born with the blood and soul of a dragon in the body of a Nord, or elf, or Khajiit, or lizard dude destined to battle Alduin and save the world.
Whichever animal
In
or
their tongue,
species
are
you
the
choose, I
Dovahkiin,
guess.
Dragonborn.
In their quest to rid Tamriel of Alduin's dragon army, the Dragonborn became a jack of all trades, master of all.
They learned to be a master assassin with the Dark Brotherhood, a master sorcerer with the College of Winterhold, a master thief with the Nightingales, a master dragon hunter with the Blades, and a master good boy. Who's a good boy? That's a good boy.
They even fought in the Skyrim Civil
was a
War
wolf,
on the
right?
side of the
Or a
Imperial
werewolf,
Legion,
I guess.
Champions of order.
Kinda looks like it.
The Nordic War for Independence on the side of the Stormcloaks.
Those elf-funded Nord supremacists?
Better than those jackbooted Cyrodiil fascists? But what else could I expect from a monster who steals from innocent villagers by sticking buckets over their heads?
They can put their skills to good
Well,
use with an absolute glut of weaponry. Not just the usual
good question.
swords, hammers, and axes, but also special weapons given to them by the Daedric princes.
They're basically crazy powerful gods from the plane of existence called Oblivion. From that wascally wabbit Sheogorath, the Dragonborn received the Wabbajack, a staff that casts a completely random spell on its target, from disintegrating them to healing them to turning them into a chicken.
From Meridia, they received the Dawnbreaker, a holy sword made for burning the undead to ash. That's similar to Oriel's bow, which can shoot fiery arrows that can blot out the sun. To cover the distance between the Earth and the Sun in about 2 seconds, the arrow would have to be moving at over 250 times the speed of light.
Okay, that is really
This isn't Earth and the
fast.
sun. This is the planet Nerd.
It mentioned something about an arrow when it goes to the Dark Souls character too, but I don't remember it right now.
Cosmology, when you look up at the sun, you're actually looking into a dimension of pure
Something I'm being
magic.
really powerful on
Confused
this.
yet? I am.
Exact measurements here are difficult to make, but if anything, the distance should be much greater.
Speaking of magic bullshit, the Dragonborn can heal themselves, cast wards and destructive elemental spells, control minds, conjure weapons, and summon lesser Daedra to help them out in a scrap.
They're an especially powerful mage because their mana recovers itself automatically over time. They'll never truly run out of firepower. But as a Dovahkiin, the ability they're most famous for is the Thum, or shout. By speaking the words of the dragon language, they can manifest their will into reality.
Like with the classic Foo's Roda, an unrelenting force which can knock your neighbors into next week, or Soul Tear, which removes the soul from your enemy's body and stores it in a cute gem, like so. Riva Soul! Wait, why didn't anything? Oh.
Student loans, man. Something had to cover the down payment. With these shouts, the Dragonborn can
Well, I
summon
guess so.
country-spanning storms, slow down time, and even call upon a dragon for help. Odahviing. Dragons may look like scary reptiles, but in reality,
So you could call him
they're
the
more
dragon for
than
help. I don't
demigods
remember
older
saying
than
that
time
about the Dark
itself.
Souls
They're
character.
the children of the chief
I
god
can definitely
Tamriel's
come to the
pantheon.
Skyrim's character's advantage
Dragonborn is
here.
an unstoppable force of nature.
Dragonborn.
If they happen to take any damage, they can just drink a potion or nosh on a cheese wheel and be good as new. And they can carry up to 150 cheeses at once. My dream.
Assuming these abnormally large cheese wheels have an average weight of 70 pounds, we can determine that the Dragonborn can carry up to 10,500 pounds of cheese.
Okay, I think I'm getting a lot more information about the Dragonborn than I'm getting about the Chosen Undead. At least useful, you know, more useful information,
Ended
that is.
Skyrim Civil War and defeated the first Dragonborn, Mirror.
I feel like I already know who I might want to choose based on the whole cheese stuff and the whole steed stuff they mentioned there.
By comparing the
So let's
size of various countries on
listen
Tamriel's
to
map, we can
the
determine
rest
that
before I
Solstheim is a
make a
landmass
decision.
nearly 1,500 miles in diameter. In order to move that much land over the course of their fight, Mirek's magical prowess must have outputted energy over 300 teratons of TNT.
That's 3 times the impact of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs.
Not too crazy when shouts.
Well, if you can survive that,
the world itself.
it is
wasn't
quite
long before
impressive.
The Dragonborn confronted Alduin in Nord Heaven and put an end to the World Eater once and for all.
The epithet is literal. By absorbing the souls in Skyrim's afterlife, Alduin was powerful enough to devour everything. Not just the planet of Nirn, but the Kalpa, the entire timeline past, present, and future.
That's the level of unimaginable power the Dragonborn is dealing with here.
Tamriel is no stranger to great heroes across its vast, sprawling history. The Nerevarine, the hero of Kvatch, all magnificent in their own right.
But when you heard that shout echo through the mountains and the death throes of a dragon defeated, you knew it could only be the Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin.
Yeah, that must have been Dragonborn.
Hey, Wiz, did you know that I can blow up a galaxy?
What?
Wait, what?
I signed up for a Death Battle YouTube membership by clicking the join button on any Death Battle video or the
okay.
YouTube channel. You can pick from 3 different
Okay,
tiers
we'll
full
stick.
of
I didn't know you could do that.
Raceform champions get special badges, emojis, live chats, and the Death Battle Discord.
Right, if you go with planet level, you can watch all sorts of exclusive videos and see Death Battle before anyone else.
Then there's Galaxy level, which nets you all of that, a whole Rooster Teeth first membership, and the power of ultimate destruction.
Can't confirm or deny that last part, but it sure sounds impressive.
What are you waiting for? Join now to become a champion.
Well, we'll join now. Oh gosh. So, right before the prediction, I had to get a very loud sneeze, and there was so much power to that one. Anyway, so after watching this guy's analysis, or these people... Okay, let's try it again. After watching the analysis of these 2 characters, I am very confident about the Skyrim character. I feel very much about this guy. He could carry a lot of weight when it comes to the, you know, how much he could carry when it comes to those cheeses and stuff. Now I don't remember the exact number they said, but I know it was a very high number. And then there was the whole thing with the arrow, which was, I want to say, was more impressive than with Dark Souls. Yeah, but I think the biggest thing going for Skyrim, the Skyrim character here, is the fact that he can call on a dragon to help him out. Yeah, Dark Souls, you defeat a lot of powerful characters in that game. So definitely, because of this power the undead character has, he can probably take on the dragon. But can you take on the dragon and Dragonborn at the same time? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's the question that everyone is asking. I assume. Though, with that said, they seem like they have a lot of stuff that really cancel each other out. Both of them seem... Okay, I think both of them have potions. I know the Skyrim character had some potion, and I think I remember the Dark Souls character having some potions too. I think they've said that. So meaning they can definitely heal themselves and stuff like that. Yeah, of course. They have. Yeah, they definitely do have. I remember something like that. At first, I didn't really know that because, you know, in Dark Souls you can use some sort of potions, I guess, to heal yourself when you're taking some damage. I already knew that. I'm an idiot. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel very confident that the Skyrim character here is going to be the winner. I feel so sure about this one. Yeah, you know, this like it feels like he has the advantage here. He might have the advantage, or you know, he might have more power scale, a big power and beyond. I guess he has some insane speed too, apparently. Now I don't remember if they said anything about Dark Souls speed. They probably did, but I missed it if anything. Or if it was up there, I didn't read it. Or if it was on there, I probably missed that too. So there's a possibility I did miss a few stuff there. You know, I'm gonna go with my gut feeling here. I'm gonna hit this one short because I am already decided. Skyrim is going to win. But I'm very curious if I might be wrong. Because if I am wrong, I would very much like to see. They gave us some... a lot of lore stuff, apparently, when it comes to Dark Souls. But I feel like I didn't get a lot of information that I needed to understand that, okay, this guy can do this and that. I felt like I was always more confused. But then again, that could just say that Skyrim, Dark Souls, excuse me, they could just tell me that Dark Souls may not be a thing, may not be my cup of tea. So, I don't know. It's possible, it's just not my thing. So with that said, Skyrim is going to win, and we're gonna go right to the death ball and see if I'm right. So, let's go. Alright, I feel very confident about this one. So, let's see if I am right or not. Skyrim is going to win. And let's go.
Alright, the combatants are set.
Yeah, the combatants are set, and it's time for a death battle! Oh, it's a 3D one.
Stop this fool who would let the flame burn the age of humans to ashes. The Ancients of Dark will do anything to snuff out the light. Save us, Chosen Undead.
Alright, let's go. Dodge rolling. Yeah, you can do that a lot in Skyrim, I know that. Nay, in Dark Souls. You can probably do that in Skyrim too, but I meant to say Dark Souls. Oh, you got hit. Yeah, of course, I almost forgot about that. This current character also had the time stop ability or a slowdown or something, which, you know, also comes in his handy. I remember that down there, I saw him using it, basically. Here comes the dragon. Wait, what happened there? Did he kill his own dragon? Because it kind of seems like it. Okay, who's gonna get the pillaging blow? Oh, time stop. Oh!
Prepare to die.
Oh my gosh, come on, Dragonborn.
This world, chosen warrior.
Cut his head off or something.
Fire! Let true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
KO!
Wait, what?
Oh my god, this boss is bullshit!
This debate was fascinating. The Dragonborn
What?
had a wider variety of training, better access to summons, and magic that passively regenerated, as opposed to the Chosen Undead's limited pool of magic.
Vow of Silence was a slick counter to the Dragonborn's magic and shouts, but it wouldn't last forever.
The Dragonborn was significantly faster, too. The Chosen Undead could dodge beams of light, sure, but Oriel's bow could fire arrows that move at least 250 times that.
But none of that mattered if the Chosen Undead couldn't stay dead.
You'd think the Dragonborn's anti-undead weaponry like Dawnbreaker would be an easy solution, but the undead of Dark Souls aren't really the same as Draugr from Skyrim.
Skyrim undead are more like those classic reanimated skeletons. But remember the conspiracy. Humans in Dark Souls are naturally immortal. They're not actually undead.
Soul Tear wouldn't have been much use either, considering humans in Dark Souls can have their souls removed without dying.
So why didn't the Chosen Undead just keep coming back until they eventually won? Like with any Dark Souls boss.
One word, power. The Dragonborn had way more and greater feats of raw power than the Chosen Undead.
Oh yeah, like summoning country-spanning storms with a single shout, or defeating Mirak, who split a continent.
There's also the lore. Both characters are essentially mythological demigods in the same kind of vein as Hercules or Sun Wukong. Gameplay alone won't give you the best idea of their full power as characters.
So let's get an idea of their max potential from the lore.
The Chosen
Okay,
Undead
give it to me.
sustaining the First Flame with their soul was insanely impressive. Considering the First Flame is responsible for the core concepts of the universe, like energy and time, it's not a stretch to say it affects not just the planet they live on, but the whole universe.
But that's nothing compared to the power levels in the Elder Scrolls.
Let's compare the First Flame to Alduin. Both literally run on the power of souls, and both can be directly scaled to our combatants.
Alduin had strength to consume the universe, not just Nirn, but the Kalpa as well.
You know those planets you see in the sky? According to cosmology, those are actually separate, infinitely big planes of reality. Alduin was going to eat infinity. Multiple infinities.
In comparison, the First Flame is powerful enough to sustain a universe and the flow of time. But it can't be infinite, otherwise it never would have faded to begin with.
And that meant the Chosen Undead just wasn't powerful enough no matter how many times they revived. With that much of a difference in power, the Chosen Undead would eventually lose their will to fight and go hollow. It's not traditional, but it is a form of death in Dark Souls. The Chosen Undead was surely tenacity personified, but still wasn't enough to stand up to the Dragonborn's incredible skill, broken arsenal, and overwhelming power.
The Chosen Undead could only last so long before they flamed out.
The winner is the Dragonborn.
Well, I was right. At
Thanks
least.
for watching. Stay tuned. We have a new Death Battle
So,
releasing every 2
what?
weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see Death Battles before anyone else, so don't miss out.
Okay, this is two characters I'm not familiar with. Alright, okay, I gotta start. I gotta start with the next one. Kuluga versus Misaka. I have no idea who these two characters are. I did not recognize them. They're definitely anime characters, I can tell so, based on that little clips we saw. But I have no idea who they are. I'm very confused about who they are. So, about the next time, I can't really say anything, because I don't know these two characters. But I'm looking forward to getting to being introduced to them, basically. So yeah, that was DEATHBATTLE. And I gotta be honest, the analysis was, you know, I feel like the Skyrim part, Dark Souls, yeah, I feel like Dragonborn's analysis was better, because when it came to Dark Souls, the Dark Souls part of the analysis, I was very confused in the end, to be honest, and then they came to, you know, okay, fine, I was basically right about the fact they are similar. I don't know if I said that, but fair enough. Yeah, I was right. The Skyrim character won, but not exactly for the reason I thought, I guess. I was so confused about this DEATHBATTLE episode. Because basically, you know, mostly because of the animation probably, because that's what I was relying on there, because, okay, this is two worlds or franchises that may not really be my thing. That's fine, okay, you know, you can't like everything. But when it came to that, and the DEATHBATTLE itself, the fight, I would say the animation was okay. It probably could need a little bit more polish here and there, but it was alright. But that ending of that animation had me so confused. Like, for a moment, until they started saying, okay, this character won, basically. I was so confused about who actually won that DEATHBATTLE. Because it looked like a Dark Souls character. He died, he started crawling or something. And then something happened. Dragonborn screamed, I think. Then he fell on his back, and I was assuming he died, and I was so confused. Is this just me? Did everyone else feel the same way about this the fight itself? You know, were you like so confused about what actually happened, or was that just me? Maybe it's me being dumb, but I don't know. I don't know. I was so confused about that fight. I mean, yeah, it was enjoyable. I did like I did enjoy watching it, and it was a good fight. Even if, as I said, a few moments here and there could have been, you know, polished a little bit more when it came to the animation, but it was fine. As for, you know, and it's definitely a lot better than what I can do, so yeah. But it's still, yeah, I was so confused. I was kind of confused going into, before going to that battle too. I mean, sure, not necessarily confused about, hey, who's going to win this one. I was very sure about this one, and I was right. That's good to know. But okay, I don't know what that was. You know, it's like my body wanted to burp, but then they almost came out to say, that was so weird. Anyway, I really was, I'm so confused about this one. I mean, yeah, it was a good episode. I didn't really enjoy it, but I am still very much confused. I mean, yeah, okay. I think the DEATHBATTLE and I think the fight itself is the whole main reason for that. And maybe Dark Souls analysis, maybe that part of the analysis, but it's still, yeah, I don't know what to say about this DEATHBATTLE actually. It just was a special episode to say the least. But it was a good episode, I did enjoy it, so hey, at least you managed to keep me entertained, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you thought about this. I can't talk. Let me know what you thought about this DEATHBATTLE by posting down in the comments below. Link to the channel is down below as always. And with that said, yeah, what do you think about this DEATHBATTLE? Because are you like me? Are you confused? Didn't DEATHBATTLE leave you a little confused? I don't know. Could be just be me. Maybe the two worlds are a bit too complicated for me. I don't know. Could be. And again, the next one, I don't really have anything to say about that one because I don't know these two characters. Like, I have really no idea who they two are. But it is releasing June 19th. I'm gonna try to get out around the same time. I don't know if I will, because, you know, editing takes a while. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and my reaction. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Minshit3, signing out.